So I kind of let him down with kind of this triangulation, kind of how I talked about, and that I didn't feel, or he didn't feel like I was there for the two of them as they were kind of in that relationship. And then relationship one is I've kind of had feelings for Morgan,
Oh,
uh, and so she kind of came for about a year or so, and all of a sudden, like I just kind of developed feelings for her, but you moved away, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I knew you were super close with Alice, and I didn't know if there was anything else there, so I didn't really want to step in on that.
okay. Yeah. Well, if only I'd stuck around. Nice. I've got two relationships to assign here. Um, let's see. I didn't mean to hurt you. That would make sense to go right back to Jordan, but I think that's going to be too obvious. So maybe I'll have hurt Hollis.
Mm.
Let's see here. Okay. Ooh, maybe my parents dragging me around internationally. I made some really insensitive uh, remark about going to China and like connecting with your family or something. That that sounds really, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I think
How else
that's
could I
kind of
hurt you?
one of the lines we had was
Yeah.
racism, and I feel that's kind of
That's on, yeah, that's too much for there. Um
um
I hurt
maybe you
you.
made a promise that you broke to me
Oh,
due to
I
traveling or your parents dragging you and you never
I went to New
explained
York
and
first.
oh, okay, yeah.
And I saw like yeah, so we totally uh went to a couple of plays in New York. Um and I just told you how amazing it was and tried to let you down easy. Like these people are so much better than anything I've seen at Franklin.
Yeah. I bet you went to Martin Scorsese's childhood home, which is actually here and still a thing.
Ah,
Yeah. You can like
cool.
go to the actual apartment he was born in and the block he lived on. Yeah, it's still in New York. It's
Huh.
crazy. It's like right above a jewelry store, weirdly enough, like a sunglasses store. I went to see it, but yeah, you probably went to the Museum of Film and Television, or like the Museum of Cinema, I think it's called here. Museum of the Moving Picture. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And I was big jelly.
We all
Yeah.
both agreed that Steven just couldn't handle it on Broadway.
Well, at least I think not. Uh, Okay. So I hurt Hollis. I didn't mean to say that, you know, she was not gonna be able to make it big. Hollis, what's one of your relationships?
I think one I'd like to do is I care about you more than I'm willing to admit. So I interpreted this in kind of in more of a platonic way, but I think Steven, if you're cool with that. I think despite my overt hostility to you, which I feel is partially because I feel like my role as the sister is to protect and help my sister, I do care about you and I want you to break free of the shackles of your heartbreak and flourish. Uh, but I just don't see it happening right now, man. You know, like it's kind of like tough love, I think, but it's because she's a 15-year-old girl and not very mature. She's just kind of like caustic and sarcastic about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that a lot actually. So I think it adds a lot actually to some capacity. So
Hmm. Do you have a relationship to assign still?
Me or
Steven? Yeah.
I assigned a couple of the relationships. I don't know what Alice sees in you for Jordan, but I also put we kissed once and won't happen again on Morgan. You're like a sister to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh,
Ugh, awkward.
yeah. Oops. Was I just like, yeah,
We were like feeling it for a little bit. We were like at a house party, let's say. Like we were at
yeah.
a teen house party and we're like kind of feeling it. And we leaned in for a second and then no, it was spin the bottle. We leaned in and then it
Okay.
was like, "Oh God." It just it didn't have the sparks. Yeah, I've known you
Yeah.
for too long. You're also my ex-girlfriend's best friend. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. Um, Maybe that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, I guess Evan, you had a crush on Alice. So I think I know I'll be safe with you around. Um, you've always just been so positive and tried to be welcoming and accepting of Alice and you know everyone she's around, just make things good. And so yeah, I think I feel safe around Evan.
Oh, that's actually kinda leads to my other relationship because one is me with Alice. You and I have each other's back, and even though Evan doesn't know much of Morgan, but Alice been talking about her a lot, so he knows about Morgan from Alice. And the thing is like the relationship. I wish I could be more like you because
Oh, yeah,
you
okay.
wish you want, yeah, I wish to be like Morgan, confident and
That's a nice
yeah,
reciprocal sort of thing.
yeah.
Um, so does anyone else have any others to assign?
Yeah, my last relationship is I'm intimidated by you. So I picked Jordan for this because I think being around you all the time, I'm really intimidated by how like confident and self-possessed you seem and how you were so easily able to fit in with more of like the popular group. I feel like Hollis isn't like bullied necessarily, but she's more on the like artsy side of things. So she's just kind of like also admires your like skill in dance and cheerleading from afar. So I just thought you were like this like super cool pseudo older sister because you're friends with my older sister, so like also how you kind of as a young girl admire like older girls in your high school, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And I kind of think that people don't understand how self-conscious that Jordan is. Like she plays like, hey, like I really want to be friends with all these people, and like I'm such good friends with Alice, and watching Hollis grow up and being a part of her life, like love seeing that along with Steven. But she's so self-conscious, which is why she's trying to fit in with other people, um, and trying to be social and stuff like that. And so I think she's just really just kind of struggling and trying to fit in. I don't think Hollis has
Yeah.
ever told Jordan that. I think if Hollis did tell Jordan that, like I think it'd really touch her, but I don't think Hollis has ever gotten to talk to Jordan about that yet. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, yeah, you're kind of like that older like untouchable, for lack of a better term, like just somebody you kind of see through your sister. And because Alice hasn't been around recently, I haven't really had any reason to talk to you except at the movie theater.
Yeah. And I think it was really nice to see you at the movie theater. I think you're like, oh man, or Jordan was like, oh man, it's so good to see you. Like, I'm glad to
Yeah,
see you growing up and doing well. Like, your movie was, or your short film was awesome. Like, I'm so happy for you.
yeah, for sure.